silent night, and there was I, with all of the lights on in my house. My mom was out of town, and my dad was at work. My phone started ringing, and it was my mom trying to FaceTime with me. I answered, and she asked, "How are you doing? Why are all the lights on?" "Oh no, I forgot to only turn on one light, so she won't tell me to turn all of them off," I thought. I slapped my forehead and hung up. I was bored because there's nothing to do, so I turned on the TV to watch SpongeBob. Then I plugged into my computer to play it. Finally, my friend Riley was calling. I was talking on the phone, playing on the computer while watching SpongeBob. A few hours later, my dad came home from work looking disappointed. "Oh no, I am definitely in trouble," I thought. "Why did you leave the lights on?" he asked. "Homeless people don't want to be coughing in all of the greenhouse gases," he said. My dad ran around the house, trying to turn off all the lights. He sent me to bed early. I thought that was unfair. I had that thought in my head. Why does everyone care about wasting electricity? The wind whooshed as I spoke. Was it because of the electric bill? The wind got louder and louder, and soon enough, it lifted my bed up and traveled to the future. I woke up, my eyes stung with the salty water of the ocean. Maybe this was my parents' dream, going on a vacation. I stretched out my arms, and while I did that, my bed was shaking. I looked down, and I noticed that I was high enough to see broken down huts, shriveled palm trees, and seawalls facing serious high waves. I carefully crept down the rigid tree and thinking, what was this place? A little girl carrying a stick saw me. She said, "Hello." I waved with a confused face. "What is this place?" I said as I slipped and fell face first into a puddle of mud. "Oh, this is the Kittibis Islands. These islands have been here for 50 years, she said, trying to help me up. "Why is everything dead?" I sputtered with a mouthful of mud. "Industrial countries have gotten so intense since the last years," she mumbled. "They have made too much things that change our daily lives, so they are putting their waste on our island." I ran back up the tree and buried my head in the pillow, and then black. I woke up with itchy eyes again. I opened them up, and all I saw was a blurry image. Please tell me that this is my room, I thought. I scratched them some more, and I noticed that my bed was swaying back and forth. I heard the sounds of birds tweeting and water splashing. Where am I thought. I reached down below, and I could feel warm, murky water. "Ew," I said in disgust. Peering over the foot of my bed, I saw two men who were about the same age as my dad trying to catch fish. Maybe I should walk to the island, I thought. I rolled up one of my pajama legs bottoms, and I took one big step into the green water. "Ah!" I screamed. The men beyond the reef heard my scream and rushed over. "What's wrong with the ocean?" I asked, toppling back onto my bed. "Didn't you hear? All of that acidification in the water turned the water into gooey goop," they both said in sync. "Why aren't you catching any fish?" I said, wiping off my foot. "Do you know about greenhouse gases? Those go into our atmosphere, and the levels never come down. It heats up our ocean, and it sends the fish running away," one of them said, taking a breath. "We've tried many different places to fish, and we haven't caught one since last year," he said as he unraveled his net. I thought, is this really happening? Is this real or just a dream? The other one was about to say one more thing when images flashed through my head. I didn't know what they were, but they looked like negative impacts. Then everything went white, and this time I finally woke up in a place I have wanted to be for a long time. My eyes didn't want to open. The smell of leaves filled the musky air. Please, please, please be home, I thought as I squinted to see where I was. I didn't see the peach walls of my room. All I saw was green. Fluttering my eyes open, I could see that I was in the middle of a wet, cold street. Oh my gosh, I mumbled with fear. I better get home, I thought. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, I saw a Kittibis keeper. What are you doing here?" I stammered with a shaking voice. I came here to thank you," she said in a calming voice. What? How? I left all of the lights on," I nervously said. "That's why you're here," she muttered. I was confused. I made an awkward face. I ran away without looking back. I suddenly fell into a black hole. My eyes shot open like I was scared from a haunted house. I saw the little girl and the two men. They smiled, waved, and said thank you, then disappeared into the walls. Why, I thought. I jumped up from my bed and told my dad about my dream. I'm going to play outside, I said cheerfully. Good for you, Dad said. Maybe no electronics isn't so bad, I thought, as I jumped on the trampoline.